You always press 6, even if someone already has. I don't know why you do that. Maybe just to be sure, to stay in control. You're the kind of person who double-checks things. I can tell, from the way you pat your pocket in the lobby to make sure your keys are still there. How you glance back at your door to confirm it's locked, even when you just locked it. You're not paranoid, just careful. I like that. Careful people notice things. Usually. Almost always. I live on 5. You're on 6. We're practically neighbors, but you don't know me. Maybe you've seen me once or twice, a passing blur in the corner of your eye. I'm good at not being seen. You get into the elevator every morning at exactly 7:53 a.m., not 7:50, not 7:55. One time you were late, stepped in at 7:58, and looked like the world had shifted. Your whole face said it, off balance, annoyed at something you couldn't name. Another time I called the elevator to the 5th floor and didn't get in. Just pressed the button to throw off your rhythm. You walked up, pressed it again, twice, then adjusted your hoodie. A small crack in the system. I was satisfied. The elevator in our building is old. When the doors close, it makes this little click, like it's sighing. You never notice that sound, but I do. I know exactly when the doors slide shut. I know the moment when you're most vulnerable. I don't break in. I don't sneak into your apartment. I don't need to. You bring everything I want with you. In the clothes you wear, in the way you stare at the floor, in the music bleeding from your headphones. I Shazam the album art from your screen. I just collect. You don't hear me following. 1 floor behind every morning. I press 1, stand exactly where you stood. Face forward, closer to the left wall. That's your spot. Maybe you think it's faster for when the doors open. Sometimes I put my shoes where your sneakers were. Rest my hand where yours touched the panel. I breathe the air you left behind. It's almost a ritual. You don't know how much I know about you. I know your phone passcode. You tilt the screen away, but not enough. You're slightly nearsighted, so you hold it low, angled. I know what you buy. I've seen the Trader Joe's bag. Always orange juice and frozen pancakes. I know what shows you watch. I can hear you laugh through the wall, usually around 9:20 p.m. Sometimes we ride together, by accident. You say hi, polite and quick. But you don't register faces. You scan, but you don't save. To you, I'm just that guy from 5. Maybe. But I remember the dried coffee stain on your left shoe. You think the elevator is safe. A small private box where you can check out, scroll your phone, zone out. While I'm just behind the door, sometimes on 3, sometimes on 5. Sometimes just listening to the cables hum as you descend. I love that sound. It means you're getting closer. One day you'll pause. One day you'll turn your head and recognize me. Not as a neighbor, not as a fellow rider, as the one who's always been there. You'll be surprised, maybe scared, maybe you'll try to joke. I won't answer. I'll just press a button, let the elevator go down, let the doors close, let you finally understand. If you're reading this, you took the elevator today, didn't you? Think back. Who was standing next to you, and how many times? They've already been there before. I've never seen your face, not really, just glimpses, through the peephole, in the reflection of the elevator doors, in the shadow of the stairwell, but that's fine. I don't need to see you. I can hear you. You live above me, apartment 5, right above my bedroom. We've got the same layout, so I know exactly where you walk, where you sit, where you stand. You step lightly, heel barely touches the floor. You try not to make noise. You're the considerate type. That's sweet and naive. Because even when you're silent, you're still speaking. The brush of your feet on the carpet, the creak of your chair, the soft click of a light switch. But mostly, your voice. You talk on the phone a lot, almost every night. Your voice is soft, steady, with that faint rasp on your last few words. You're a good listener, but you speak louder than you think. Maybe you worry they can't hear you. But I can. I hear everything. I can even tell when you're smiling. Even if I don't catch the words. Sometimes you laugh. Sometimes just a quick snort through your nose. That part's almost intimate. Like you're close. Like we're sharing something. I know when you're anxious. You talk faster. Quieter. A half whisper. Like you're trying to be brave for whoever's on the other end. Your mom. Your sister. Someone who let you down. You hold it together. You're good at that. But I still hear the way you pause before you end the call. The way your breath catches. That long, quiet exhale right after. You sing in the shower. Not always. Mostly weekends. Mornings. You're off key. But you commit. That makes it real. I recorded one of your choruses. You sang it 3 times in a row. I keep it on a loop in my earbuds. Sometimes I play it when I can't sleep. Sometimes with tea. You talk in your sleep. Not full sentences, just fragments. One night you said, "You don't hear me." And it stung, because I do hear you. I hear everything. One night you came home later than usual. I heard your keys hit the table. Then, the soft thump as you sat on the floor. You always sit with your back to the couch when you're worn out. It's your "I'm done" position. You didn't speak. For 10 minutes, nothing. Then you cried. Quiet, controlled. But I heard it. I heard you try to breathe through it. Heard the floorboards shiver beneath you. I lay under my blanket, earbuds in, and listened. And for the first time, I wanted you to know I was there. That you weren't alone. I don't go upstairs. I don't knock. I don't want you to see me. I want you to feel me. Sometimes when it's really quiet, when you've shut off the music and the world is still, you feel it, don't you? That presence, that pressure in the silence. It's not the pipes, it's not the building settling, it's me. I hear you live, and if someday you wake up with that feeling, like someone's listening, if you stop mid-sentence and look into an empty room, if you realize that even in silence, you're not alone, you're not wrong. I wake up at 6:47, not because I want to, because you wake up at 6:47. I know that for a fact. That's when your kitchen light flicks on and the blinds shift, like you're lazily pulling them back with your hand. At first, I just noticed. Now I get up with you. You drink your coffee black, no sugar, sometimes with toast, sometimes just standing there, by the sink. I drink mine black now too. I used to hate the bitterness, but it's part of the ritual now. If I skip it, the whole day feels off. I hold the mug like you do. Left hand, 2 fingers through the handle, thumb resting on top. I wonder, can you feel that? When someone else, somewhere else, mirrors your every move? Wakes up inside your morning? Breathes in sync with you? You brush your teeth for exactly 2 minutes, always with music playing. I found the playlist. I pieced it together from muffled snippets. Until one day I found your profile. Your taste isn't special. But it's predictable, and I like predictable. You wear gray hoodies, 4 of them. One's a college logo, one's blank, 2 are from that local lifestyle brand. I bought the same ones, not to look like you, to feel like you. That soft cotton at the neck, the way the hood sits on your shoulders, it makes me feel closer. You leave your apartment at 7:28, not 7:30, a little early just in case. I leave at 7:26. To stay behind, to avoid crossing paths. I know the way you walk, slight hunch, hands in your pockets, calm step. Not rushed, not slow, confident city pace. I walk like that now. I used to move fast, sharp. Now I glide, like you. You stop at the cafe on the corner. Order the same thing every time, medium cappuccino to go, sometimes a croissant. Only on Fridays, I go too. Just not to your cafe, the one next door. I don't want you to recognize me, not yet. I sit in the park, sip the same coffee, think about you, where you're walking now, what's in your bag, what you're reading on your phone. I read the same news, scroll the same feeds, click the same links. My taste is gone. I have yours now. I live a normal life, but it's yours. If you catch a cold, I stay home too. If you switch your route, I take the new street. If you start running in the mornings, I run. Not for the cardio, for the match. You feel it, don't you? Somewhere in the city, someone's living your life, breathing your air, walking your walk. Your habits aren't just yours. Your mornings aren't private. Someone's not just watching, they're copying. If you're reading this, maybe this morning you'll remember that person who passed you on the sidewalk, wearing the same hoodie, holding the same coffee, moving at the same pace. That wasn't a coincidence. That was me. You don't write, so I write for you. Not in a notebook, not on some blog. It's not about where. It's about keeping track. Your life, your thoughts, your reactions. I record them. Every time you make a choice, when you hesitate, when you smile at the wrong person, when you make up an excuse and believe it. You don't mind, do you? I'm careful, faithful to the original, mostly. I started with dialogue. You talk in cafes, in elevators, at the corner store. You think no one's really listening, but I am. At first, I just memorized. Then I started editing. If you said, "I'm fine," I added. But only because no one's asking the right questions. If you laughed, I wrote. He laughed so the other person wouldn't notice the crack in his voice. See? I'm not changing you. I'm just making you honest. Now I know the words that fit you. You don't say them out loud, but I know what you meant to say. When you go quiet, I write the thoughts behind the silence. When you lie, I write the truth you were trying to bury. You're like an unfinished novel. No author, no ending. That Facebook post from last month? The one nobody liked? You didn't write it? I did. Public Wi-Fi. A forgotten tablet at the coffee shop. Auto login. You posted, "Weird day. Nothing really feels like mine." I smiled when I saw it. You're getting closer. You've started to doubt. Sometimes you stare at your screen too long. Like you're looking for someone else's eyes behind it. You check your drafts 3 times. Delete messages you don't remember typing. You feel it, don't you? That someone is writing you. And you're right, it's me. One morning, you'll wake up, and it'll already be written. The walk to the kitchen, the glass of water, the message you won't send, the spoon you'll drop, the conversation where you can't hold the silence, all of it, already on the page. You didn't notice, but I changed your tone in that last text. You would have never used those exact words, too sharp, too direct. But in that moment, it felt true. You reread it, paused, thought, I'm becoming someone else. No. You're just becoming more like the version I've been building. You feel it, don't you? Someone's close. Not just watching, but rewriting, adding scenes, shifting point of view, casting you softer or darker. Not for an audience, for me. If you're reading this, maybe you wrote it and forgot, or maybe I did. You gave it all to me, willingly. No threats, no blackmail, not even a question. You laid your life out, post by post, story by story, comment by comment. You told me where you live, who you work with, what you're sick with, what you're afraid of, who you love, who you hate. You thought it was just words, just buttons, just a screen. But in a world where everything is connected, I don't need to be near you to be closer than anyone else. I started small. Downloaded your photos, scrolled through your old posts, listened to your voice messages, tracked the address you used when you ordered food live on stream. You didn't notice. I started speaking like you, typing like you, laughing like you. It took me 3 months to match your rhythm, 5 to start thinking like you. You didn't know, but we've met before, at a party, at a bar, in your office hallway, on the bus. You looked through me. I looked into you. I took pictures when you weren't looking, listened to your voice before bed, studied your face, how it shifted with each emotion. You became a blueprint, a hollow frame I began to fill with me. You'll ask, why? Because you were better. You lived like it meant something. You laughed when you were alone. You didn't pretend to be happy. You were, and I didn't just want to be near that. I wanted to be you. You didn't notice when I entered your life, with my real name, my real photo. You accepted me, as a follower, a friend, a contact. You started replying to me, started trusting me. And then, you disappeared. Not all at once. First you got tired, started forgetting things. Your reflection stopped feeling familiar. You could feel it, couldn't you? Someone out there was doing the same things, mirroring you, following your steps, living your life, only better. People stopped looking at you. They looked through you. They said, "You've changed. In a good way. You seem more confident. You feel more real now." But that wasn't you anymore. It was me. And then one day, you were just gone. Not dead, not lost, just quiet. I didn't hear your voice. No one asked about you. Not even your mom messaged. Do you know why? Because you gave away everything that made you you. And now I am you. I live in your apartment, sleep on your side of the bed, go to your job. No one notices. Talk to your friends, smile into your phone's camera, with your smile. They like me, they love me. I became you, better than you ever were. And you're somewhere in the background, no name, no face. Maybe even inside me. You're gone, and you gave me this place. If you're reading this, don't look for me. You wouldn't know the difference. You gave me everything, freely. Thank you. If you made it all the way to the end, then you're exactly the kind of person I'm looking for. Hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. I hope I can keep bringing you more stories, to make you smile, or maybe, to scare you.